A West Auckland gun runner who was arming gang members has been jailed for more than 5 years. Peter James Edwards was buying weapons mainly from the Gun City chain and modifying them for the black market. As Lisa Owen reports, the concern is most of the guns are still in criminal hands.
Officially unemployed and on a benefit, Peter Edwards was actually a gun runner, spending close to $50,000 cash on weapons he on-sold to the likes of the Headhunters gang. He's now out of business.
You and others need to get the measures. This type of offending will not be tolerated.
These are some of the more than 70 rifles and shotguns he bought using his legitimate firearms licence.
Mr. Edwards wasn't in it for love.
In what was literally a backyard industry, he erased serial numbers, sawed off barrels, fitted silencers and infrared sights, transforming them from this to this, concealable and deadly.
Those that are interested in these weapons covet them not because they are gun enthusiasts. They covet them because they are the tools of a very nasty trade.
Edwards was a regular customer, buying 67 weapons from Gun City stores over 2 years.
How many guns can one person use? Surely it must raise questions.
But it didn't, and it's not the first time Gun City's been a gun runner's store of choice. 3 News can reveal a woman was jailed earlier this year for the same thing. In just 3 months, she bought 13 weapons, all from Gun City, Auckland. Some days she made multiple purchases and came in the very next day to buy more, along with several thousand rounds of ammunition. She too on-sold to criminals. Her shopping sprees didn't trigger any alarms at Gun City either. She was only caught after she was in a car crash with drugs and a firearm found in her vehicle, along with a business card for Gun City, Auckland. Edwards was also supplying methamphetamine, including to his 19-year-old daughter. As for the guns he sold, just 13 have turned up, some in drug raids. Most are believed to still be in criminal hands.
The fact is that these things take lives.
Peter Edwards is now behind bars, but the weapons he sold are still out there, free to injure or kill. Lisa Owen, 3 News.
Legally, Gun City did nothing wrong selling the firearms, but there are some unanswered questions tonight. How is someone able to make multiple purchases of similar firearms from the same retail outlet? And should police have a centralised database of firearms sales? Hamish Clark reports.
David Tipple owns Gun City, the biggest firearms retailer in New Zealand.
We sell more than 10,000 guns every year.
Gun City sold more than 67 rifles and shotguns to gun runner Peter Edwards. And while they did nothing illegal, should they have alerted police?
There are a lot of people who buy a dozen or dozens of firearms every year.
According to police, there are 1.5 million firearms in circulation. But of all the violent offences committed, firearms are used in just 1.4% of them. In Dunedin, Alan Miller's hunting and fishing franchise sells around 1,000 guns a year. They say suspicious purchases would be picked up in no time.
We've got thousands of customers and we would be alerted pretty quickly if one person was buying multiple firearms time and time again.
Police used to keep an individual gun register, but it wasn't accurate. Now police only vet gun owners and focus on ensuring that those who use firearms are fit and proper people. So, is a centralised gun database needed? Police say no. Gun City keeps its own records and supplies information to police from time to time.
Every firearms dealer has a record of every sale to every customer, and they are required to keep that for 7 years.
The nationwide hunting and fishing franchise is setting up its own system. So, despite the court case, anyone with a firearms licence can purchase an unlimited number and type of gun. Responsibility rests with the gun shop owner to report any suspicious activity to the police. Hamish Clark, 3 News.